Hello, soulful alignments here. I keep hearing the words damned if I do and damned if I don't. But it has like a lot of years behind it, like at least 10. Like it feels like, a feeling that some of you were trying to deliver a cup to somebody and you were dissatisfied with your life, but you paid so much attention looking out for them that it somehow seemed to deter your thoughts from how unhappy your life was at the time. Um, and you were willing to take some bold risks at the time. And at some point, I guess maybe you just gave up and were like, well, I did everything I could do. Usually, when we do things like that, we feel like we're not being reciprocated. Well, chances are that could be true, but chances are it's usually third party involvement that makes us think things like that, and sometimes we steer away from one course and hop on another one because it too seems better than what, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah. So, let's see what that's all about, because it seems like you're not to that point right now, but you're like wondering, why did I think that? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? It's like you had to go through some karma that you had made yourself, and now you're being put back to where you were at all those years ago to try again. Like, I'm getting a clean slate, try it again, who cares if I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I would rather know than not know is what I'm hearing. It also shows that you've been spending a lot of time in solitude, doing a lot of navel gazing, going within and uncovering those you things that could be a part of those us things that you want to see happen in the world. You've been doing a lot of that work. Inward searching, and you've found a lot of strength with it from within, which truthfully, that seems to be the kind of person you are. Very compassionate, very loving, very loyal. And you have dealt with third parties a lot of your time. But the universe is saying that you're tired of being on that fence and you're ready to have courage and step out into the sunlight. You're doing it early on in the day, have hope for a new day. At this point, you're just like, well, the truth of the matter is I've already given all this other stuff my time and attention. What would it hurt to do it one more time? What would it hurt to do it one more time? So now you're on a spiritual journey, and you have no experience with this person per se in a relationship, so this is something fresh you're calling in. Yeah, you know this person, yeah, y'all get along, but this is a new relationship, so you're actually standing in who you are now, willing to do that, ooh, man, it looks like you're running right at that thing, whatever it is. Sounds like a person. You're even willing to move. It's crossed your mind anyway. Goodness. Oh. And they're this way because you're the same way. Loyal and devoted, good friend, loves animals. Oh. And they're this way too. Queen of Wands. Very sure of yourself you are. Yep. Yep. Oh. You've already made that decision. They just don't know it yet. But you're still hiding, being the magician. And you're still determined. But you're also using temperance. You're patient, moderation. It's kind of like going fishing. You already know you won, so why not take your time? Ain't that right, Levi? And it even shows that you're fighting off the situation, this is a work card, but it's also associated to jealousy and rivalry. So yeah, I'm sure that the relationship between you and this person will make a lot of people jealous, and I'm pretty sure it will cause you issues in where you work. But at the same time, that's really going to show you a lot about people. A lot. Because who has the right to tell anyone who to be with, what kind of job to have? Because trust me, if they're judging on you and what you want, 9 times out of 10, you're not always the topic of good conversation, I'm sure. So usually when people are jealous and rivaling, they don't have this kind of thing in their own life. It's really going to show you a lot about people. But it's going to be a relationship that brings you from troubled waters to calm waters. Here's another moving card. So and you're already 5 swords in the ground and 2 to go. So you're almost through your process. So this is going to come out of nowhere to whoever it belongs to, I can tell you that. They're not going to suspect this at all. And you're doing very well at hiding whatever it is you're doing. You're carrying that burden all the way to its destination, even though you have a lot going on. When you're determined, you are determined. And yep, it's a new financial opportunity. You're following your intuition. You know when people are not good for you and when they are. And chances are you're finding out that the majority of the people you're around are not what you thought they were, and things aren't what you thought, and you're wearing those rose-colored glasses. But it seems like your recent employment has made you see things in a more divine way about a Gemini, or about your spouse, or just in general helping you make good, smart choices. But you're being divinely protected. Yep. And this card keeps coming out where you gotta, you may be returning, or someone you know may be returning, someone that you haven't seen in a while, someone you view as family. You also have a lot of people, third parties, trying to cause you trouble. We already know that, but you know what? If you're going to sit around and determine your life off the mouths and actions and thoughts and ways of other people who are not going to live your life, and who can just go to sleep at the end of the day and remember that they woke up as Barbara and not Mike, yeah. So it looks like you really are just not giving 2 F's about what people have to say anymore. Your ruling planet is Jupiter for some of you, but for most of you, you have, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Yep. So, very proud of you, because it takes a lot to keep your mouth shut, and you just got to know that not everything requires a reply. And if you're anything like I am, when you get around immature active people, you shut down, like not literally shut down, but you just go in protect them mode and be quiet, because you never know what you're gonna say. People just, yeah. So keep taking solitude, because it's keeping you away from a lot of negativity. And so, yeah. And you did achieve this new beginning. Yay. Look at that. So whatever this is, it's been lasting for a while. So this is letting you know that you have the world at your feet, and you can achieve anything. You're a lot wiser now. So the universe is rooting you on. The person you may be dealing with may be, tired, or, tired of fighting about, all the crap they have to go through, like, well, why would you let people determine who you're going to be with, But it does indicate that they just don't like the fact that you're moving very slow. Like, they're knowing you're coming, but they just don't like you moving very slow. So they're still carrying that burden, and they're still going to be there. So, you seem to got it going on, but you also need, You're also showing that you just don't care anymore. You're like, well, people have screwed me up for so long, and I'm allowed them, and I'm going to be with who I want to be with and love who I want to love. And if you don't like it, then you can take this job and shove it. If you'd like to book a reading with me, please send me an email at soulflowalignment73@gmail.com, and I will message you back ASAP. Love, light, and peace.